And good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to the 6th chase race of the season here in the Snickers Cup Series in Season 5. We're getting ready for the running of the Mobile One 350 here at Lime Rock Raceway, our final road course stop here in the chase for the championship and here in this season in Season 5 of the Snickers Cup. Today, basically, we are going to be seeing just exactly what side of the spectrum this road course is going to play, as we've seen two different things take place here this race weekend. Start first with the Oreo Truck Series. Chris Dollarton ended up using a rather radical pit strategy to get himself the win, his second win of the season. He put himself right back up in the Oreo Truck Series championship picture. On the flip side, in the Mobile One Cup Series race, Dylan Young started on the pole, never looked back, led every lap but one, and completely dominated the race en route to his second Mobile One Cup Series win of the season. Our question today is somebody going to be able to use some kind of pit strategy to be able to pick up the win, or are we going to see another display of domination like we did in the Mobile One Cup Series event? One driver who certainly hopes that's going to be the case is the pole sitter. That is Richard Johnson there in the 47 out of JTG Daughtery Racing. Richard Johnson, a two-time winner so far this season, 20th in the point standings, would love to become a three-time winner. Join James McLeod and John Cittadino for that honor here this season. Alongside of him is going to be Austin Ogo, who is currently fifth in the point standings, two-time winner, and currently the highest of the rookies as far as it goes in the overall points. As far as the rookie points, I don't think he's the points leader, though, but he's going to start in second place, looking for his third win of the season as well. He also comes in only 9 points back from the points leader, Sean Henley, so a nice qualifying spot for that rookie. And then you got his teammate lined up right there as well, Jake Rogers, who, if you remember, had a really good run in the Mobile One Cup Series event. Looking to follow it up with a great Snickers Cup Series run, as he's going to line up in the third position. Jake Rogers certainly been having a dismal season, 39th in points. Alongside of him, completing the second row, is Alex DeMarco, who is currently 23rd in points, still looking for his first Cup Series win. Then rounding out the field, I believe that's the Chevrolet of Sean Henley, the points leader, starting in a very good spot in fifth position for this race. He comes in with a 2-point advantage over Adam Chambers. You can see back there, I think Chambers is starting off in the 14th position. No, I'm wrong. He's starting in 12th place. And then Henley comes into this race with a 3-point advantage over Cole Daly, who I am not seeing right now. Maybe him back there on the left side of your screen, just in front of the big red Chevy of John Cittadino. I'm not sure, but if so, he's starting quite a ways back. But this is how close the points are here coming into this race. Henley, 2 points over Chambers, 3 points over Cole Daly, 5 points over Anthony McCurry, 8 points over McCurry, my bad, 9 points over Austin Ogo, and then a total of 14 over Aaron Williams Jr. It's just that close, 14 points separating the top 6 in the standings. Gonna have to see what Lime Rock's gonna do to maybe shake the points up a little bit here today. Command to fire the engines has been given. They're get rolling off here. They'll complete a couple pace laps. While they do that, we will show you your 42 car field. Looks like everybody's going to be good at the start, so all 42 cars will come down and take the green flag. So we'll take this opportunity to show you your starting lineup for today's event, then we'll come right back for the green flag in our 6th chase race of the Snickers Cup Series. Another difference between the Oreo Truck Series and Mobile One Cup Series races. Oreo Truck Series, we had quite a few caution flags come out. Very little caution flags came out during the Mobile One Cup Series race, so we'll have to see how well these drivers keep it together here during the course of this 20-lap event. Toyotas hold the first 3 positions for the start of this race. Johnson, Ogo, Jake Rogers, then DeMarco, Henley, Silver Fox, with Sean Galligan, Jacob Lawler. That's the top 8 as the green flag is out and we're underway here in the Mobile 1 350. Richard Johnson looks like he's going to easily clear Austin Ogo. Now the battle will be on for second place between the two teammates out of BK Racing. Both with the Dr. Pepper schemes on their cars there. Austin Ogo, Jake Rogers is Richard Johnson. Trying to open up a little bit of daylight between himself and the rest of the field. Looks like he's going to be able to do so now as that battle for second continues to rage on. Alex DeMarco going to join the fray there now, making a three-man fight for that position. Silver Fox has been able to move his way into 5th place now getting challenged from Sean Henley. As the two teammates continue to battle, looks like Jake Rogers has now cleared his teammate for the second position. Ogo falls back to 3rd, 4th DeMarco, and 5th is James Silverfox now. There is Henley back there in the 6th position. Good battle going on for 7th place here too. Galligan's in that mix along with Charles Jackson, Lawler, Hayden Klein there as well. And the caution's out for the first time today already. That didn't take long at all. And that's not exactly what Richard Johnson wanted to see, I don't think. He was opening up quite a bit of daylight between himself and the rest of the other 41 cars. And this caution is going to come out for... Oh, whoa, Wider Savota spins around there on the final corner. Got some contact there with Callum Wales. But I do not know who the caution actually came out for. Oh, now I do. Looks like there's some damage to the front of the AAA Ford of Jeffrey Buckeye. And Joshua Michaels is also off track there. He spun. He's got some damage to his race car now as well. That probably took place under the caution, but looks like the caution may have come out for Jeffrey Buckeye. Oh, Matthew Rodriguez off track as well. I wonder if maybe teammates from Stewart House Racing got together. Take a look and see if we can find out what exactly brought out our first yellow of the day here at Lime Rock Raceway. See if we can find it here. This was somewhere just outside the top 10. Adam Chambers second in points. I think is going to get a little piece of whatever this is. Danny Wells put in the middle there. George Rowe going to go down to the inside. And Danny Wells, Adam Chambers going to make some contact right there. They're going to go back behind the hill. See if we can find a good camera angle there. There you see him on the top of the hill. There's another car back there too. I guess that's the George Roque machine again. Chambers goes up the hill. Somehow he was able to keep his car together. But look at Danny Wells. His car going to go up the huge uphill climb there. There's Joshua Michaels getting turned around. I think he got turned around by Aaron Williams Jr. right side of your screen. And Danny Wells' car going to come off of the hill. And as everybody's trying to avoid Joshua Michaels, I think Danny Wells may end up coming back up on the racetrack or something. That car actually did a really good job making sure his car did not go flying through the air, as we've seen so many drivers do. Look on the right side of your screen, Jeffrey Buckeye. I think he's going to run to the back of Dylan Poteet or somebody there. Who's he running the back of? Jake Cole right there. That's where he gets his damage. There's the 13 of Derek Reed. He got spun around coming down to the final corner. There's Wider Savotas spun around. He probably made some contact with Wider Savotas. Emilio Navarrete there in the 5. He's got some pretty heavy damage to his 85 years Farmers Insurance Chevy. Oh, look out, Barney Ward. Oh, I don't know what he was doing there. He just ran right into his own teammate from Richard Childress Racing. May have gotten some help from Zach Campbell. I don't know. Look further back, top of your screen. There you see that's John Cittadino squished there in the middle of Cole Daly and James McLeod. Everybody's kind of backing up here. Nobody really able to go anywhere. And we want to see here, too, what happened to Joshua Michaels. Oh, there's Mary Cole as well. What in the world happened to her? She's up and in the exit of that tire barrier. Oh, my goodness. Was that maybe the contact with Matthew Rodriguez? Yes, it was. We saw Matthew Rodriguez come back onto the track, and he just turned a dead right. Right into the left rear of Mary Cole. Now look at the hit Mary Cole's going to take. That car whiplashing around. Matthew Rodriguez kind of disappearing behind the trees there. Can't even see him. Where in the world did the Matt Rod machine go? He's left the scene. And oh, there's the contact with Joshua Michaels. Him and Madison Sieber making some contact there. And I think you're going to see the 10 car retaliate. Yeah, look at them just rubbing doors, shoving into each other. And Joshua Michaels is going to be the one on the outside line. He's going to be in the wrong spot, and he's going to come sliding. And, boy, you know, if Mary Cole's car had not disappeared, Joshua Michaels would have rammed right into her. That was rather fortunate that Mary Cole teleported to pit road when she did. So Mary Cole, Joshua Michaels, Matthew Rodriguez all wrecked here in the first corner, heading into the second turn. After several cars spin around, bringing out the initial caution flag over in the final corner. Let's go back to green. Getting ready to go back to green flag racing on lap 4 of 20. The big blessing in all of that was that only one chaser and all of that really received extensive damage, and that was, of course, Mary Cole. She came in dead last in the chase points, so pretty much she was already eliminated from championship contention. This just solidifies it, but everybody else, I believe, was able to continue on. Actually, I think everybody continued on with the exception of Mary Cole, so that's pretty good news. Take a look at the cool little new starting grid here thing. Gotta thank Trent Dunham for sending the link through Skype. I don't think he meant to send it to me, but anyway. On the point is still Richard Johnson. No drivers came down and made pit stops during that caution flag either. Second's going to be Jake Rogers, Austin Ogo third, Alex DeMarco fourth, and fifth is James Silverfox. Sean Henley is in sixth, seventh is Charles Jackson. 8th place Sean Galligan, 9th Hayden Klein, and Jacob Lawler completes top 10. Then it's Trent Dunham in 11th. 12th is Kyle Sosnowski, Eric Burton 13th. Adam Chambers now back in 14th. Ralph Mason currently runs in 15th place. Aaron Williams Jr. is in 16th. 17th is Anthony McCurry. 18th place Jordan Davis. Then you got Matthew Rodriguez in the 25th position. He's actually a lap down, I guess. 20th place is going to be Tim Walsh. Then it's Dylan Young, Derek Reed, Danny Wells, Barney Ward, and Zach Campbell completing the top 25. At least I think that's how it is, because, well, no, Matthew Rodriguez I don't think is a lap down. Maybe they hadn't updated the scoreboard, but one thing I do know is we got a good battle going on here for the lead. Jake Rogers nearly moving Richard Johnson out of the way in order to take the top spot. It's going to be interesting to see how quickly these drivers are going to try making passes. Looks like the best battle's going on for around the 6th or 7th position. Charles Jackson making a move on Sean Galligan. Looks like he's already cleared him. He's taking that spot away. Meanwhile, further up, points leader Sean Henley moving by James Silverfox. That is for the 5th position. And oh, someone spun the rumble strips, and it might have been Chambers. Nope, it's Aaron Williams Jr. Right in front of Ralph Mason, Aaron Williams Jr. has spun. I don't know if that's enough to bring out a caution. I would think it would be. Aaron Williams Jr., though, was able to slow up. Not really a lot of damage on that car. And yes, the caution is flying. May have just been a solo car spin right there. And Trent Whitney is on pit road. Don't know exactly why. Unless he's trying to short pit here. But I think he just fell a lap down to the leaders, which is not good for that 98 team. So the caution's out for the second time today. This time, I believe this is the first incident we've ever had actually take place in the bus stop, and it involved 6th in the standings, Aaron Williams Jr. Let's take a look and see what happened. Yeah, take a look at this. This was awfully close here coming out of this corner heading to the bus stop. Chambers going to make some contact with Mason. Mason comes down, makes contact with Aaron Williams Jr., and they just start doing that squeeze thing. And Chambers is able to right his car. Ralph Mason not able to really get off of Aaron Williams Jr., who actually got some contact there with Jordan Davis as well. And everybody able to slow down. Aaron Williams Jr. turns his DuPont Exala, or no, that's not an Exala, that's a Pepsi car. My bad. But he turns it around nonetheless, turns it straight, continues on. I think he only lost maybe a total of 4 or 5 positions on that. So Aaron Williams Jr. very lucky right there, but that 3-wide battle did not go well, and it involved the drivers coming 2nd and 6th in points. Adam Chambers and Aaron Williams Jr. Pit stops going on here for the first time today, taking place here on lap 6 of 20. We'll see what the strategy is going to be here. Will anybody roll the dice in order to gain track position here? Richard Johnson, Ogo, Rogers, DeMarco, Henley, all still inside the top 5. 4-tire stop. Looks like everybody's going to go with that strategy. I don't think anybody's rolling the dice whatsoever. Just a matter of who gets out first now, as Richard Johnson's gone, Jake Rogers gone. Then it's Ogo, and I think Charles Jackson's going to make an appearance in the top 5. I think he got out 4th, just ahead of Alex DeMarco. So Richard Johnson, his team gets him off pit road first. He'll remain in the lead as we're going to go back to green now. Whoa, we're getting ready to go back to green, and Trent Dunham just got spun out by somebody under the caution flag. I don't know what that was all about. Trent Dunham trying to get back in line. He's currently listed in the 12th position. And he's trying to get in front of James McLeod, and James isn't even letting him in. What in the world? James is not backing off, allowing the 1 car to take his rightful spot in this field. And oh, now there goes Pete London around, and Trent Dunham gets spun around by McLeod again. Oh, look out! Oh, boy. What in the world are they doing back here? Good grief, not even able to show the way they're going to restart this race because of this. Wait, have they waved off the caution or is the green out? I think they were green flag racing, but that was a chaotic way to get back to green. Have they settled it out back here? Oh, no, pace car's still out there. So they must have waved off the green flag. So we'll be right back for the actual green flag. I don't know what they were doing here. Oh, I think they finally got it all settled out. I don't really understand what went on right there, but nonetheless, this is the way they're going to restart, as we are actually going to get back under the green flag this time around on lap 8 of 20. Richard Johnson's the leader. Jake Rogers currently in second. Ogo third. Jackson is in fourth, and DeMarco rounds out the top 5. Then it's Sean Henley in sixth. 7th place is going to be James Silverfox. 8th is Hayden Klein. 9th place Jacob Lawler, and Eric Burton completes the top 10. Rest of the chasers are going to restart with Adam Chambers in 13th. Aaron Williams Jr. back in 15th place. There's Trent Dunham. Where's he going? Is he a lap? I don't know what Trent's doing. I am really confused right now. There's Poteet up in 19th place. Go further back. That's where we find John Cedino back in 25th. Here's James McLeod back in this chaotic area. He's 29th right now as the green flag comes back out. Anthony McCurry currently back in 33rd place. Barney Ward is in 35th. Cole Daly runs in 37th place, or 36th place. And I don't understand what's going on here at all. As here comes Sean Henley, trying to pick up more spots, looking to the inside or outside, whichever the case may be in whichever turn, of Alex DeMarco. He's got the lap car of Trent Whitney right behind him. Whitney is currently 39th place. We've also gotten word that Callum Wales has gone back behind the wall along with Mary Cole. George Roque is listed one lap down. I don't know if he's still on the racetrack or not. Let's actually find out here just to get some confirmation. No, George Roque is actually retired from this race. So 3 drivers have retired so far. Mary Cole, George Roque, and Callum Wales. As Richard Johnson getting ready to come around next time to receive the halfway point. He has pretty much dominated this race. However, this race has been a little mix of both our Oreo and Mobile Cup Series events. We've had some pretty interesting wrecks take place, shades of our Truck Series event, but one driver's really dominated this race, and that being Richard Johnson, shades of our Mobile Cup Series race. So right now, Richard Johnson putting on a clinic. Let's try and find out where our Mobile Cup Series winner is, by the way, Dylan Young. I thought I saw that deuce somewhere. There he is, currently back in 27th place. Well, he's got quite a ways to go to make up ground. And oh, there's smoke and dust on the bus stop. I guess that was from an earlier incident. Oh, they're close off that corner. And they're spinning up ahead. They're wrecking. Oh, Anthony McCurry's been spun. Jake Cole spun. Danny Wells is in the wall. So is Dylan Young. So is Danica Shirley. Caution flag waves again. And this one, I don't know who it started with. They were getting awfully close after coming out of the bus stop. And again, Richard Johnson's going to be the leader under the yellow flag. Rogers second, Ogo third, Jackson fourth, and DeMarco was able to haul off Henley to keep his spot in the top 5. Let's take a look at a replay of what puts under caution, this time for the 3rd time today. Here's a look at how it started. Looks like Jake Cole's going to be the one that gets gotten into by Emilio Navarrete right there. That was around the 18th position. That contact going to be made right at the top of the hill as we jump here to our spectator cam. We also need to update that his teammate Tim Walsh actually made a pit stop there under that caution. I think he got out ahead of the leaders, unlike Trent Whitney on our last green flag run. And as Jake Cole got spun around, he's trying to turn that car around. Behind him, you can see on the top of the hill, that's Anthony McCurry. He had gotten spun around. And then look right there on the right side. There goes Dylan Young into the wall, along with Danica Shirley and Danny Wells, all getting pieces of that steel guardrail. And who is that that's slowing down to avoid him? I think that's Cole Daly. Nice miss there by the 17. Joshua Michaels there on the top of the hill, too, also got spun out. Complete chaos just erupts whenever those cars start wrecking in this straightaway heading down to the final corner, and drivers just don't know where to go with all that dust. And this is probably, I think this is the 3rd time that we've had a wreck take place here today in that general area. As we're going to go back to green, or at least see if they're going to make pit stops. If not, then we will go back to green flag racing. Back to green we will go. It'll be on lap 12 of 20, giving us a total of 9 laps to go here today. Richard Johnson, definitely been the dominant car of the day. He is in first. Rogers second. Ogo third. Jackson fourth. Then it's DeMarco. Rest of the top 10 are Henley, Hayden Klein, Eric Burton. Then it's Silver Fox, and Trent Dunham is up in the 10th position now. So apparently he got everything settled out there underneath that caution flag. He is currently inside the top 10 now, having a great run. Talk about turning circumstances for your good. Let's find the rest of our chasers for this restart. Chambers going to be in 11th place. Aaron Williams Jr. is in 15th. Jump further back here to find Dylan Pote in 21st. 22nd, James McLeod. Cole Daly is currently in 25th place. Then you got these guys back here in that second group. I don't know why. McCurry's in 32nd. Barney Ward is in 34th. John Cittadino back in 37th place. Or no, 35th is where he's being listed. I think he's actually 37th, though. So we get ready to go back to green. Drivers out after the incidents that have taken place. Only 3 of them still. George Rowe, Callum Wills, Mary Cole. Trent Whitney is still 1 lap down to the leaders. So out of the original 42 cars, 38 still in the lead lap. And Austin Ogo just lost a ton of spots. He just lost spot to Charles Jackson. Now he's got a spot he might lose to Alex DeMarco. He really did not get a good run there into that first corner. Henley may have done the same, as now he's going to get bypassed for 5th place, as he nearly had it from DeMarco. Now he's got a challenge coming, and the caution's out. Oh, nope, caution's not out. I thought I saw it yellow there through the trees. Oh, man, that was close between Henley and Ogo off that corner, and Hayden Klein starting to join the fray now, too, along with Eric Burton. Things getting awfully tight up here at the front of the field. Oh, I don't like this. Oh, boy. Wow, Hayden Klein, Eric Burton just barely getting through that. Look at Henley all over the back bumper of Ogo, and what a pass right there. Just blew right by the 83. Henley now moves, I believe that's into the 5th position. It's up front. The front 4 have pulled away. Johnson, Rogers, Jackson, and DeMarco, and we are still green flag racing. See, these drivers made their pit stops back on lap number 6. So I don't know how far they can make it on that 1 tank of fuel. My guess is they can make it somewhere between 6 to 10 laps. And so if everything goes according to what they did as far as their first pit stops, we should be seeing them on pit road within a matter of laps. Richard Johnson, though, continues to lead. This has been a great day for him. That 47 team trying to prove a lot as well, because Richard Johnson, he's going to be leaving that team next season, heading over to the Joe Gibbs Racing stables. A few drivers on pit road. Cole Daly was on pit road along with Danica Shirley. I think the other car might have been Dylan Young, don't know for certain. So there are some drivers already making some pit stops. Wider Zavotas just completed service. He's leaving pit road right now. Going back to Richard Johnson, though, he's heading over to drive the 11 for Joe Gibbs Racing in Season 6. Noah Hart coming over to that 47 team, but just as much as Richard Johnson has something to prove when he heads over to Joe Gibbs Racing, that 47 team has something to prove as well heading into next season, as far as their ability to build really good race cars. They've already proved it this season with 2 wins with Richard Johnson. A 3rd one would definitely put them in a very good spot as far as their addition to the Kyotech Racing stables. One driver we really haven't given a whole lot of credit to today, and that's Charles Jackson. How about this guy? Great run for him right now. Actually, he's looking for 2nd place on Jake Rogers there. Been doing an excellent job. Jackson looking for his 2nd win of the season. It's been a while, as he's all over the back bumper of Jake Rogers. And Charles Jackson in that Dollar General Chevrolet is 14th in the point standing, 2nd in the regular points as far as the drivers that are non-chasers, only to Dylan Young. And now look at that nice move he makes there on Jake Rogers. Our battle for 2nd is on. Looks like they're going to take it to the bus stop. No, Jake Rogers going to bail right out of the throttle. Jackson now moves to 2nd, and that's going to open the door for Alex DeMarco to maybe make a move on Jake Rogers for 3rd. Sean Henley, the points leader, wants to keep the points lead and doing a great job of it right now. Currently still in the 5th position. I don't think he's fallen outside the top 10 all day. Sorry about that. I felt it coming, tried to hold it back. Oh, look at Alex DeMarco. All over the back bumper of Rogers, moves him out of the way there in the first corner. Side by side now between the 19 and the 93. Looks like Rogers going to keep that spot, though. Wait a minute. Are they slowing down? I don't think they are. Nope, they're not slowing down. We're still green. Richard Johnson's been doing a good job not only keeping his lap times up, but making sure that he doesn't really close up distance between himself and Wido Savotas up ahead, because if he does get up to the back bumper of the 18 and the 18 is not willing to cooperate, keep in mind there's a Joe Gibbs Racing car in second place who Wido Savotas might try and help out in Charles Jackson. And a nice recovery today for Adam Chambers, second in points as well. There he is. Currently running in the 7th position, trying to bypass the lap car of Trent Whitney right now. He's still keeping close tabs with Henley, but right now as things run, Henley would open up another 2-point advantage over Adam Chambers, making it 4 points that he would lead by heading into next week at Texas. Chambers, though, hanging very tough here inside the top 10. How about Hayden Klein? Very nice run for that rookie in 8th place. He, along with his Joe Gibbs Racing teammate Charles Jackson, having good days, and Hayden Klein, he may be 7th in points, but according to our point standings, he's only 22 points back from Henley, so this is going to keep him mathematically in contention for the championship. Cole Daly made a pit stop. He's actually a lap down, but how about Aaron Williams Jr.? He spun around there in the bus stop. He was able to recover, keep positions. He's still in the top 10. A great run for the guy who comes in 6th in the point standings. Only 14 points out of the top spot, and he's going to make a pit stop now. So Aaron Williams Jr. going to give up a spot in the top 10, come down pit road. Silver Fox is on pit road. There's Mason on pit road, Hayden Klein, Chambers, Burton, Henley, DeMarco, Jackson. Actually, all the leaders are down here, with the exception of Jake Rogers. I think he's the only one that decided to stay out. Him and maybe Austin Ogo. See what the strategy is going to be here for the 47 team. We got 3 laps to go. And Richard Johnson's got to make this stop a good one, or at least his team does. Oh, Jacob Lawler, Charles Jackson making contact on pit road, and it looks like it's going to be a very quick stop for the 47 team. They are gone. But the new leader is Jake Rogers in the 93. Let's see if he's going to make his pit stop now, coming out of the final corner here with 2 to go. Yes, he is. Let's see just how fast a pit stop they can do on that Dr. Pepper Toyota. He's got to get himself out ahead of Richard Johnson and that 47 car. Coming down at a measly 35 miles an hour. Must seem like an eternity for Jake Rogers to get down to his pit stall. Jake Rogers with 2 to go as he crosses the line. Kyle Sosnowski also coming down pit road with him. Those 2, I think, were the only 2 to stay out that lap. And are they really going to go with just a fuel-only stop on that 93 car? Yes, they are. Fuel only for Jake Rogers and Kyle Sosnowski. Interesting strategy there. Just a splash and dash for the 93. And that'll probably keep him the lead. Let's see who the current leader is. And they're saying it's Tim Walsh in the 56. Tim Walsh. Oh, keep in mind, Tim Walsh under that 1 caution flag was the only driver to come down when that caution came out. He got ahead of the leaders. And wait a minute, is he going to pull off a Chris Dollarton? He's staying out. White flag going to be displayed. Tim Walsh in the 56. Is he going to do what Chris Dollarton did? Is he going to actually be able to pull off strategy? We haven't talked about the Tim Walsh machine all day long. And just like that, he's come into the picture for the win, but he's got Madison Sieber just ahead of him. Who's second place right now? It might be Richard Johnson. No, it's Jake Rogers. But Rogers is so far back right now. Oh my goodness. Who would have expected this? Through the bus stop, Tim Walsh. I think he can make it on fuel too. I can't remember when he pitted, but you remember us updating you that Tim Walsh was the only driver to come down pit road that one time. Apparently, that was their strategy to stay out till the end. Out of the final corner, Tim Walsh, no indication to pit road. A Chris Dollarton move. Pays off today. Tim Walsh, for the first time this season, picks up a Snickers Cup Series win. What a job by that team. You can't really consider them an underdog due to the fact that in Season 3 and Season 4 he made the Snickers Cup Series chase, but their season here in Season 5 has been anything less than ideal. 36th in points, winless this season. That comes to an end today as he takes the checkered flag here in the Mobile 1 350. An unbelievable job. We never even thought of Tim Walsh in the closing stages of this race, and what tremendous fuel strategy played out there by the 56's crew, as well as Tim Walsh being able to save that last little drop of fuel to get him to the victory here today. I'm completely speechless. That was unbelievable strategy, and it pays off. And this is certainly going to help Tim Walsh, too, as far as establishing himself next season, as he's going to be moving to the powerhouse of Hendrick Motorsports. Wow. Unbelievable job there, Tim Walsh. A great victory for that 56 team, a win they have so desperately needed. As always, we'll show you your official top 10 results. Jake Rogers going to be able to get second after he used that fuel-only strategy. He finishes ahead of Richard Johnson in third, who undoubtedly dominated this race for a majority of it. Then you got Charles Jackson. He'll finish fourth. How about Eric Burton? Nice run for that Roush Fenway ride in fifth. Alex DeMarco going to finish the day in sixth place. I believe he is the highest finishing rookie of the day. Kyle Sosnowski. Remember, he used the fuel-only strategy same time Jake Rogers did. He'll get 7th place out of that. Adam Chambers finishes in 8th place, 1 position ahead of Sean Henley. So guess what? The points lead that Henley gets is going to be 1 point over Adam Chambers heading next week at Texas. It's getting so much closer. Henley gets 9th, and Ralph Mason is going to complete the top 10 here today. Let's take a look and see where the rest of our chasers finished. How about Aaron Williams Jr.? Great recovery finish for him in 11th. Hayden Klein's going to get 12th place. Austin Ogo finishes the day in 17th. How about John Cittadino? He was outside the top 20 for a majority of today's race. He'll finish the day in 19th. Very good run for him. Then you got down further, Barney Ward in 27th place. Cole Daly going to finish 29th. Dylan Pote back in 30th position. James McLeod 32nd. Anthony McCurry in 33rd. And then you got to go all the way down here before you find our last chaser, Mary Cole, who finished today's race in dead last after DNFing. So the points look even closer heading into next week's race at Texas, where we'll have Trucks, Mobile, and Snickers Cup Series action. Sean Henley, 1 point advantage over Adam Chambers. And keep in mind, these two former Snickers Cup Series champs. Chambers in Season 2, Henley in Season 4. Hope you guys enjoyed today's race. If you did, be sure to give this video a like, subscribe to become part of the crew today. Congratulations to Tim Walsh on an incredible victory here today with amazing fuel strategy. His first win of the season. We'll see you guys next time at Texas Motor Speedway for our weekend events there, where we will have chase races number 7. Hope you'll be tuning in for that. As you've been watching the production of the NNSCRA Offline Racing as Best, here comes your official results, overall points, rookie points, and chase standings.